Hello, my name is Nathan Kais. I am a Sunday school teacher at University Presbyterian Church, and I get to demonstrate how to tell the story of the circle of the church year from the Godly Play curriculum. For this lesson, you will need a gold cord or ribbon that's about 3 feet long, and the Godly Play Circle of the Church Year presentation set, which consists of a circular frame and 52 removable colored blocks and a set of 3 clock hands like this. Now, as with all stories in the Godly Play curriculum, this story ends with the asking of a number of wondering questions to give the children a chance to reflect on the story and deepen their understanding. In practice, depending upon how much time you have to tell the story and how attentive the children are during this particular circle time, you probably won't be able to ask all of the wondering questions. But in this demonstration, I will ask all of the questions so that you will have a chance to hear them. And with that, I think we're ready to start. So I will go ahead and begin demonstrating the story. God tells us in the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1, that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. There is a time to get up in the morning. There is a time to go to bed. There is a time for work, and there is a time to play. But what is time? Some people say that time is in a line. But I wonder what that would look like. Wait a minute. What is this? Time? Time in a line? This is time in a line. Look at this. Here is the beginning. It is the newest part. It is just beginning. It is brand new. Now look. Look. It is getting older. The part that was new is now getting old. I wonder how long time goes. Does it go forever? Could there ever be an ending? It ended. Look at the ending. The part that was so new at the beginning now is old. The ending is the newest part. We have a beginning that is like an ending, and an ending that is like a beginning. When we read how God created everything, we see his rhythm. And evening passed, and morning came, marking the days. You know what the church did? They tied the ending that was like a beginning and the beginning that was like an ending together. So we would always remember that for every ending, there is a beginning, and for every beginning, there is an ending. And so at this point in the demonstration, I am going to pull out the 3 great times of celebration, Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost, and I'm going to line them up here, and then we will talk about them. Now, the way that the curriculum is set up is that as you are removing these blocks, you would be talking about these 3 great times, but I am not that talented, so I'm just going to go ahead and do them all right now. And the kids, because this is something that they probably haven't seen in a while, if ever, should be pretty captivated. Now, these are the great green growing Sundays, and I'm going to make 3 rows in sets of 3. The frontmost row has 3 sets of 3, and the remaining 2 rows have 4 sets. So, here are the 3 great times. This is Christmas, this is Easter, and this is Pentecost. God established a rhythm with creation with evening and morning. He also established a rhythm throughout the entire year. A time to plant and a time to gather. A time to anticipate and a time to celebrate. People can work and play through these celebrations each year and not even know it's there. We need time to get ready in anticipation of these great times. Look, the time for getting ready to celebrate Easter is longer than the time for getting ready to celebrate Christmas. This is because Easter is an even greater celebration than Christmas. The season of Easter is also a time for getting ready to celebrate Pentecost. Here are all of the great green Sundays of the year. Now, let's see if we can build the circle of the year again. Watch carefully because the church tells time by colors as well as by a calendar. Here are the 3 great times. The time for getting ready to celebrate Christmas is called Advent. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks long. The church year begins with the beginning of Advent. Sometimes the color for getting ready for Christmas is purple. Purple is the color of kings and queens. And we are celebrating, or preparing, that is, to celebrate the birth of our King, the King of creation. The time for getting ready to celebrate Easter is called Lent. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks long. Again, the color purple is often used for getting ready for Easter, and it is the color of kings and queens. And Jesus is king. But he was not the kind of king that people thought was coming. He was a different kind of king. Easter is so great a celebration that it can't be kept to only one Sunday. It keeps on going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. During that time, people met Jesus in a new way. He died on the cross, and that was very sad. But he rose from the dead and was with his followers many times during those 6 weeks. He told them to stay in Jerusalem until his Father sent the gift he promised. Then they saw him go up into the clouds. And later, when they gathered for Pentecost, what looked like flames or tongues of fire appeared and came to rest on each of them. And everyone present was filled with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit was the gift Jesus promised his Father would give them. The church was born. That's why the color of Pentecost is red, like fire. Next, we will put in the great green growing Sundays between Christmas and the beginning of Lent. The most you can ever have here are 9. So we'll put in 9 green growing weeks here. Here are the rest of the great green growing Sundays. Do you know what the Sundays after Pentecost are called? They are called the Sundays after Pentecost. Here is the time when school is out. The summer comes and the days get longer and longer. You can play outside later into the evening. People go swimming. Some go camping. Many go on vacation. Then summer comes to an end. Now you begin to get ready for school. You need new clothes and books. School starts, and you often have a new teacher. The days get shorter. School goes on, and you get used to all the new things. Now the days are really short. It gets dark very early. It looks as if the light is just about to go out. Right at that time, when the light seems to be coming to an end, we reach Advent. The church year begins. Or the church year actually, it ends, and then it begins again. It is time to get ready to celebrate Christmas. So, here are the 3 great times. Christmas, Easter, Pentecost. Here are the times for getting ready. Advent, that's 4 weeks. Lent, that's 6 weeks. You can't keep Easter to just one Sunday, so it keeps on for 6 more weeks. Those weeks are called the season of Easter, and they're also the time for getting ready for Pentecost. And here are the great green growing Sundays of the year. It is all here. Everything we need. For every beginning there is an ending, and for every ending there is a beginning. It goes on and on, forever and ever. I wonder what God is telling us about himself in this lesson. I wonder what God is telling us about ourselves in this lesson. I wonder if you have ever seen these colors in the church. Some of the colors in the church change, and some do not. I wonder where the ones are that have changed. I wonder what happens in the church when you see these colors. I wonder who changes the colors there. I wonder where the colors go when you do not see them. I wonder why the church tells time with colors. And lastly, I wonder what you would like to do today in response to hearing this lesson about the circle of the church year.